That's
The
why.
Vegas Summer Madness, the forgotten one.
That is definitely the forgotten one.
The forgotten Summer Madness.
Sloppy, dusty, soft, appalled, disgusting, the temerity, the unmitigated gall of what I've seen in that building.
Everybody's talking about it right now. You got under pressure by the battle rap community to not book him anymore. How many times did he have to lose, you know what I'm saying, and choke, and you still give him greater opportunities than other people?
This era of battle rap is privilege. The coach is dead, man. Don't follow the same rules that we used to follow in the culture, and that's why I felt bad.
It's hard for me to take the blame when, you know, I'm busting my ass, making sure and trying to establish the biggest profile, the biggest promotion for these MCs, and they not showing up. I'm not eating that. I can't eat that. I can't eat that, man.
Famous words said from Smack in an interview with 15 Minutes of Fame after Summer Madness 7. Now Summer Madness is a big URL event with a lot of history attached to it. Lux versus Cal, Surf versus Hitman, Hollow versus Rock, Easy versus Chess. Big battle rap moments, all under that Summer Madness title, that just by the matches I mentioned, you could probably remember a moment from their battles. And this time around, Smack had no other mission but to try and elevate, making Lucky Number 7 better than the previous year. Leading up to the event, there was excitement with the initial card announcement, as name-wise, there were heavy hitters on the card. This Summer Madness 7 card consisted of Shotgun Suge versus E.G. Gotti, O-Red versus Ill Will, Math Hoffa versus Av, Twerk versus DNA, Iron Solomon versus Sue Surf, $3 versus T-Rex, and Hitman Holla versus Tay-Rock. A heavy card with even heavier expectations. Geechee in the middle of his big run, same with Rock. Hitman coming back from his time at Wildin' Out to prove he still got it. Rex versus Reed, a battle of the legends. Iron Solomon versus Surf, the face, versus one of the best pens to enter the sport. On paper, this was looking like a big night, but the double-edged sword of being such a big name and talent is that there's less room for mistakes. And the same is for any top athlete or performer in any other field. And events like Gnome and Summer Madness were equivalent to the Super Bowl or the NBA Finals. And the perfect stage to show who you were. Some are able to rise to the occasion, while others sometimes crash and burn. But the lights are on, and the URL was providing the perfect platform for the occasion. Summer Madness 7 was being held in Las Vegas, and if that wasn't motivation enough, the face-offs took place at the boxing gym owned by Mayweather. Smack linked with his connections to possibly even get Floyd to be in the building for the event, ready to possibly drop some money like Puff did for Summer Madness 2. And Jay Black, with the champion team, raised up some money for the artist who had the best performance of the night. Everything was set, and all the fans needed now was for the battlers to show up and show out. Now that was how things looked on the surface. Behind the scenes, there were issues brewing in the community that were slowly beginning to get louder. First, there were the issues regarding payments.
I see unhappiness. I see it all on.
Oh, talk to me, bro.
I see.
Oh, here we go.
No. I saw sadness. I'm telling you, I mean, like, let's just be real, man. Like, nobody does something. Let me just speak on this. The rappers are upset, man. They're not getting paid enough, bro. Not for what they're getting.
I got a rebuttal for you. Let me know you're done.
Not for what they're going through, man. Like, I'm about to be our president, so, you know, but not for what they going through. Like, bruh, for battle rappers to shut their lives down and give y'all their show, yeah, you gotta be comfortable.
Okay.
I'm a battle rapper.
Yeah.
Them guys weren't comfortable, bro. Look, when Hitman came in, shout out to Hitman, look, bro. When he walked in, you saw comfortable on him.
Oh, yeah.
You saw a glow on him. Hitman was like, yeah, what's up? Because he's comfortable. You know, he's been treated appropriately. Them guys wasn't treated appropriately, man. I'm telling you, they wasn't. Like, for us to be magical, we have to shut our lives down.
Okay. That's a fact.
And think about this man every single
day.
Fact. Yeah, so, and then a lot of times they catch them guys slipping, and man, here, take this little money, you know, you in the jam, and you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? But you can't, there's no way you can put all your energy into that if you're not going to capitalize at the end of the night. There's no way you are.
Then why take the battle?
Now I'm gonna tell you why.
Because somebody else will.
Take the battle? Because guess what? They're in a fucked up situation.
Then that's your own fault. That's your own fault.
You're looking at it from a businessman. The rappers are not businessmen.
From fans' perspective too. That's all they have though. Battle rap is all they have. They're not working. That's not working. That's why Hitman can come in and out when he wants to and be comfortable on stage.
He's always done it though.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
He's always, because you know what, one thing about
when
Hitman,
you're relying on it, that's on you. That's on you as the battle rapper.
But one thing about Hitman is he always stood on whatever price it was. He never bends.
Okay.
It's like, well, don't
that's
call
great.
me. Don't call me then.
That's great.
That's how he maneuvers. But a lot of times, everybody's situation different.
I think people got the bag and they didn't want to battle their opponents.
Well, they tired of this shit, man. Let's just be real. They
don't take the battle.
They sick. You gotta treat them. You gotta at least. Okay, let me
so how better? I'm trying to understand what you're saying. How better do you gotta treat these guys to fly them out to Vegas?
What the f does that mean?
Put them in a hotel, have Floyd there, and I'm pretty sure they got paid. So this is about pay. This is about pay.
Everything's about pay.
So this is about pay.
All about money.
That's great, but you got to work your way up to that appropriate pay. You're not gonna go in there battle, choke, and then next battle I'm going to get into that too. When you get into a battle and you clearly lost, you clearly choke, you come around and ask for the same price.
But see,
a lot of them do that. Let's get into that.
But see, this is the thing.
If Floyd gets knocked out, does he get the same 100 million?
No.
If he goes to the same,
but that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
From the perspective of the battle rappers, some felt they weren't getting paid enough. Now at the time, a big payment was around 10 to 20K, with an average of around maybe 5 or 8 if I'm not mistaken. This is how it was, until word got around of other battlers getting more money. Mook famously said that he got 25 at Summer Madness 2 against Iron Solomon, and Lux is famous for saying, "I need 40, shorty." After that, the price of other battlers went up. That payment issue brought another hurdle, as since some battlers weren't getting paid a lot in their eyes, they would make that decision to go to other battle leagues, bring in more money. The increase in money was a plus, but unfortunately, this made the material suffer. With an increase in schedule, meant they were pressured to write more rounds in a shorter period of time, meaning they had to memorize more rounds. And with the real life on top of that, that added a new level of stress, which leads into the next issue: choking. Of course, with the increase of pressure, the packed schedule, the unhappy payments, this brought an era of a lot of battlers forgetting a lot of their material. Back in the day, during the Smack era and early on in the URL era, choking was the worst thing you can do as an artist and would immediately give you a loss. If you couldn't even finish your rounds, then there was no way you were respected as a great.
At the level I'm at and the level we at as professionals, we from a different era. One slip, we got to get up out of here. One slip, you automatically disqualified. I'm going to listen to the rest of it, but you automatically out the race. One slip.
The coach is dead, man. Don't follow the same rules that we used to follow in the culture, and that's why I felt bad. When I used to battle rap, and I know it's that battle before me, and they probably feel like the culture shifted when we came, but from when I was around, if a choked, they lost the battle. They lost the battle. You got niggas that's not saying they didn't lose the round, and they won the battle and they choked. You get paid to come on this stage. This is your profession. And not only is the consumer okay with not getting their money's worth, but you're making the artist feel like it's okay. Where we do that at? We up against y'all just giving these passes. This is like, it's mind-boggling. All right, cool. Y'all don't want to say he lost the battle. It's saying he won the round. How? You choked. That's the GOAT? That's the GOAT. I done battled 3 times in one day and ain't choked. Come on, man. Get money and drink water.
But fast forward to the moments leading to that particular Summer Madness, it seems like that era was when it was at its worst. The URL would get backlash themselves for witnessing these chokes and still deciding to book the same battlers instead of the names that would successfully get the job done, but had less quote-unquote star power. And the people were getting tired of the favoritism.
Smack, he goes ahead on 15 Minutes of Fame. Everybody's talking about it right now. Smack is in a position to where he has to say something. But this is how I'm feeling about it. I feel like, Smack, you kind of put yourself in this situation. But I'm looking at the other people that you had on there that consistently showed that they didn't care. And you continued to book them and you gave them the biggest platform. You flew these people out to Vegas, bro. You flew them out to Vegas to be around Floyd Mayweather and put them in a position to where they could potentially get like an extra $20,000 if they perform. You got champion doing something to try to get champion of the night more money out to these people that don't deserve it. So now you get into a situation to where they don't even care about all that. They know they're going to get booked. They don't care. And now you're surprised. I'm not surprised. Like I didn't think Summer Madness was going to be this bad, but I'm not surprised that they don't care about how you feel.
And lastly, another big issue from the perspective of the owners and the fans was that besides the URL doing it, the battlers weren't doing a good job at marketing themselves. The URL has mentioned that they provide images to post on Instagram, and the battlers just wouldn't do it. Fans would mention it, along with other bloggers. The battlers would even go as far as saying they weren't going to promote because they don't be on social media like that, or they didn't see the need to.
Like, the lack of promo for this battle has been very low. As a fan, should I be worried that I'm going to get a nonchalant performance from both of you guys?
No, I should be worried that y'all niggas worry about certain because I have been promoting. Just because I ain't put out a video. I've been promoting on Facebook, been promoting on Instagram. I've been talking cash shit. What you mean I ain't been promoting?
Okay. Should fans be worried that you're not really interested? Because
Nah, if anything, y'all should feel better about that. I mean, I'm not sitting around wasting my time talking bull. Y'all, and I'm preparing what I'm supposed to prepare for. You feel me?
In this new era of social media, that worked 10 years ago.
Nah, I don't. That's the thing, man. If you listen, bro, if you go somewhere to eat, you go to a barbecue or some shit, you don't want the on the grill at the rest of the cookout too, drinking and joking with us. Make sure that food right. You feel me? I'm making sure everything real right for y'all.
We're in Mayweather gym and he promos. Him and McGregor did like 10 cities. Promo. So when you're at the top of the game, you have to promo. Should I be worried? You haven't done it.
I mean, if you want to be worried that I haven't done promotion
you should.
over preparation, then I don't know what to tell you. You feel me? You in the wrong game.
But see,
I would rather any day come to the battle with 3 great rounds than talk the most entertaining shit I ever seen on Facebook or Twitter or whatever these social medias y'all on 24/7 out of y'all life, and see a bunch of cash shit up there. I'm gonna be like, sir, you could have said that in your round.
I said, look, brother, I know you're champion here for 2017, but I'm disgusted with your promo for this battle. We need better promo. I forgot you guys were even battling.
This is what I'm saying to y'all. If that's what y'all want, if that's what y'all want, don't watch your red then. You feel me?
So with a mix of all of these pros and cons leading up to Summer Madness 7, only time could tell how it would turn out. And unfortunately, it wasn't for the best. With Geechee versus Suge ended up choking and having a pretty underwhelming performance, while Geechee walked away with a 3-0. With Ill Will versus O-Red famously ended up losing his voice in the middle of the battle and couldn't properly finish his material. Matt Hoffa unfortunately also ended up having an underwhelming performance, while also stumbling throughout his rounds, and the people suggested he didn't seem confident in what he prepared. Twerk choked versus DNA. Surf was unable to do the battle and was replaced by JC, and it was said that Rex forgot some of his rounds and had to resort to mixtape bars to finish up. Of an 8-battle card, the high points seemed to be the main event with Hitman and Rock, and even though Surf wasn't able to attend, the replacement of Iron Solomon versus JC was arguably the best battle of the night, and they only had about 2 weeks prep. It wasn't the event people expected, and it seemed to be the last straw for the fans, supporters, and Smack himself. This takes us to the interview that might have been the beginning of a new era. And by new era, I mean a new business model and game plan for how things were to be ran in the future.
Again, after last night, today, it seems like the whole battle rap community is in an uproar. A lot of people saying a lot of negative stuff about the event, about the choking,
Absolutely.
and everything. So,
yeah, all right to express that point of view. You know, I feel the same way. I don't feel no different. You know, I feel even more disappointed than the fans because, you know what I'm saying, as a fan, I was let down, and as a business owner, you know what I mean, I feel like, you know what I mean, we lost. You know, I mean, we pay these MCs to basically, you know, come through prepared and, you know, to try to, like, basically deliver a good performance for the culture, and that didn't happen last night. And it was on our marquee event, so, you know what I mean, it's a double blow for me, you know what I mean, my brothers in my movement, and, you know, it's disappointing.
a lot of people are trying to blame the URL.
Yeah.
So what part of the blame do you take, or what part you don't take?
I don't feel like, you know what I mean, you know, we had blame at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, at the end of the day, you know, we had numbers of successful events this year. You know, sometimes, you know, events don't work out according to plan. My team and myself, we actually, like, you know what I mean, do
as much as we can beyond measures to basically get these dudes, you know, proper representation so they can promote themselves. We flying these dudes to different cities in the country. You know, I'm in my personal contacts trying to basically call out, you know, special VIPs to bring and raise the awareness of this art form. Because there are a lot of MCs that basically are showing up and performing at a high level. You know, Geechee Gotti, just to name a few, JC, Iron Solomon, you know, they definitely did their things. Briz, Raw Sting, you know, T-Top, they pretty consistent, you know what I'm saying? Rum Nitty, you know, so I'm booking venues like Mayweather Gym so they can do their face-offs. Like, I feel like I'm playing my part, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what to say at this point, like, you know what I mean? All I expect these dudes to come through, take their matchup serious and deliver a good performance. We got to make change, so, you know, I'm definitely going back to the drawing board and making necessary adjustments to basically make sure, you know what I'm saying, that this don't happen again. I'm highly disappointed, you know what I'm saying, as a fan first and foremost, and then secondly as a business owner. Like, you know what I'm saying, we putting up major money, man, you know what I'm saying, basically, you know, trying to create this platform for these MCs, and they not showing up. So I don't feel like, you know what I mean, you should be able to get paid, you know what I mean, and basically, you know, you provide a sloppy performance as some of the performance was, you know, actually, you know, displayed last night. You know, it's not fair for me, it's not fair for the culture, and it's not fair for the fans. And they not showing up. I'm not eating that. I can't eat that. I can't eat that, man. It's definitely adjustments that need to be made, and I'm definitely gonna get to it. So Doc and Pay is definitely gonna be something that, you know what I mean, is gonna take place inside my organization.
In this interview, Smack voiced similar frustrations we've mentioned earlier in this video, and came to the conclusion things needed to change. Those adjustments had to be made ASAP, because the people were talking, and if the most respected battle league was losing the respect of its peers, they would have more issues than just forgotten material on their hands. So what were these adjustments? Well, we can speculate a few things from what seemed to take place in the future. First, the names Smack mentioned in that video: Geechee, JC, Rum Nitty, T-Top. Looking back at this now, it's interesting that he mentioned those names, because aside from Iron Solomon, who doesn't really battle that often, and Briz, who had his situation with Mook, those other four did become a part of the core group that Smack would put at the forefront, moving into the new era and the new structure that was created. So we can assume that was one of the adjustments. Putting talent above names would be another adjustment. Smack no longer put effort into who had the bigger name, but instead who really loved the craft and wanted to push it forward. He would put energy into the battlers who would come prepared versus the ones coming with their hand out. And speaking of, another adjustment was payments. Like we mentioned before, the battlers wanted more money, but if the payment was increasing, the product should match, and Smack didn't feel like he was getting the return on investment. This made the convo about docking payments for unfinished performances a possible reality. And with the next Summer Madness being Summer Madness 8, happening not too far along in the UK, I feel the biggest adjustment was made the following year, and that was the URL app in the partnership with Caffeine. The previous way of moving, mixed with the lack of consistency from battlers, most likely had URL losing a lot of money. They've also said on multiple occasions that they don't get paid a lot from YouTube due to the language and violent subject matter. This new deal with Caffeine, which was a streaming platform similar to Twitch, plus creating their own URL app, provided the URL with a way to officially own their content through the app and not worry about censoring the battle's materials or that affecting their payment. The Caffeine deal provided the platform to give fans the ability to watch events for free, live, before offering a $7.99 subscription price to the URL app to get access to the entire library of battles and watch them at any time. Business-wise, it was a progressive step forward, and when I look back, we got to witness Chess vs. Easy battle for free, live, because of this deal. The deal also allowed URL to pay their battlers a lot more money in comparison to the past. That also gave them back leverage to pick bars over names and gave opportunities to those who were ready to perform, and save the big bags for the matches that make sense. I think this was a huge shift because aside from the core group that Smack mentioned earlier in that Vegas interview, plus a few more, a new energy of battlers entered the scene, and the vets who were known to show up and show out survived and made it through and were able to benefit from the Caffeine era The ones who couldn't either had to go back to the drawing board and improve, or some unfortunately fizzled out. Now overall, the pros and cons of the caffeine and app era we can break down in another video. But to look back, it's pretty insane to think that this big change all happened because of what took place at the what can be now called the forgotten Summer Madness of Summer Madness 7.